Hi everyone. So as you know, I am a born native Houstonian. I love my city, and despite its many flaws, like flooding, traffic, homeless people, trash everywhere, unfortunately. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. Houston is my home and I love it. And one of my favorite places to just relax and chill when I'm by myself and my husband's at work and I'm kind of bored, have some time on my hands, is Forest Park Cemetery on Lawndale. And it's a very peaceful place. Well, I mean, everybody's dead here, so it's not like there's people bugging you. But seriously though, it's a very calm, quiet, relaxing place. It's been here since the 1920s. And my family, I think the first person in my family to be buried here was in 1957. So my family's been coming here for quite a while. And growing up, we always came to feed the ducks. Even if we didn't come to visit, you know, our family's gravesite, we came here just to feed the ducks and have a little picnic. And, you know, which is probably the same for many Houstonians. As you can see from the tree behind me, this cemetery has many old trees, probably planted here. Some of them were planted in the 20s, but many of them were probably here even before that. You have these beautiful old trees with the Spanish moss. And right now I'm at the big pond. I keep wanting to call it a lake. It's not technically a lake. It's a big pond in the middle of the cemetery. And as you can see, you've got the trees with the Spanish moss here. We've got this beautiful railing built here. And that's the pond. You can see the ducks over there. They're fairly friendly. If you come out here with a loaf of bread like we used to, they'll come and take the bread right out of your hand. Over there in the distance, I don't know if you can see it. It's right there above my hand, right there. There's an old chapel, and I guess I would assume that that's the original chapel they used for funerals. Now they have a modern one that was built sometime in the, I guess, the late 50s or early 60s, which is where we had my grandmother's service in 2018. And it's a beautiful mid-century type of modern architecture. But the chapel back here by the pond here is a very old-fashioned 1920s style of architecture. Very classical, I suppose. I like to come here. I don't really walk around too much. I really just kind of sit and relax and let the dog here run around and do her thing. I have to keep my eye on her because she'll wander off if I don't watch her too closely. So that's one of my, I can't say it's a secret, you know, place, but I mean, it's a pretty well-known place to most Houstonians, but to many of you who don't know, it is a good place to visit if you're in the Houston area and wanting to just have a relaxing lunch outdoors and the weather's nice. This is a really nice place to go and visit, you know. So as you can see, it's very nice and quiet. Very cool. A lot of people in the morning, they in this neighborhood, they'll get on their bikes and they ride their bikes through here in the mornings before they go to work or whatever. I'm told some of the people that run this place are not too happy with that, but you know, it's better to have some people in here than no people at all. So I think it's cool. I love how in Los Angeles at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, they actually have concerts. Unfortunately, we have mosquitoes here too, which is what I keep swatting at. Mosquitoes are kind of bad out here today. But I think it's cool that Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles has actual bands play on a stage out there. I guess you could say it brings life to the afterlife. I don't know. I don't want to sound sacrilegious or anything, but it's kind of cool to bring people into a place like this. I don't think places like this should be avoided or ignored. I think they're very beautiful and they should be appreciated, and a lot of work goes into maintaining a facility like this. You know, there's a staff of groundskeepers who keep this place looking nice. You know, they have to generate revenue, so people, they have to buy land. This particular cemetery recently bought land up against the freeway. There used to be an old apartment complex at the corner of Griggs and 45, and it was a really rundown old place that closed around 1990 or so, maybe 1992, and it just sat vacant for years. But they recently bought it and started putting graves out there, and they also recently acquired the I don't know if you know this neck of the woods too very well, but right at the Brays Bayou, as it runs right under the Gulf Freeway, there used to be a building called Big State Vending Company, and it was an old brick building, and they used to have vending machines and such, like jukeboxes and cigarette machines, soda machines, and they would you know, put them out in places and service them. Well, that place went out of business maybe 15 years ago, and the building has been vacant, and homeless people took it over, and they ran them out and bulldozed the place in an incredibly fast amount of time. I mean, 1 week, I mean, they bought it, and one day it was there, and then like a week later it was gone. I mean, they tore it down so fast. It was a real eyesore. I was glad to see it go. And normally I'm the type of person who hates to see buildings from my past torn down, but I was really glad to see this place go. And they tore it down, and they've already got a grave set up there, and they just tore it down maybe a month ago. I mean, they are moving with a quick speed. They must have had these plots already planned out and sold before they even had the building torn down. So, you know, this cemetery is growing. I personally, I don't know. Everybody's beliefs on death and such are different. I personally don't believe in burial for myself. If I had the money, perhaps I would have a big, elaborate funeral that costs, you know, $15,000, $20,000. But to be honest, I'm happy with just a quick, basic, what do you call it, cremation. So I don't personally plan to have a burial service. But if I did, you know, I would be buried here with my uncles and my grandparents and other family and such. But anyway, that was all I really wanted to talk about today, was this little gem of a cemetery here in Houston's East End. And if you don't know it, well, now you do. And come check it out sometime. So anyway, have a great day. Peace out.